Hello, the topic of today's presentation is development of my personal beliefs and professional thinking. During this presentation, I would like to tell you about how I have developed during the university year, what conclusions I have drawn, and what experience I have gained from this year. To begin with, my name is Jelena Golubeva. I'm a Nottingham Trent University student, and currently I'm doing a master course in digital marketing. In addition to that, I've been working for full-time as a stock data analyst for almost 2 years already. The first thing that I'd like to speak about is my CPD hours and how I got them. In total, I managed to collect 20 CPD hours. In order to get them, I did 4 activities. I counted each activity as 5 hours. These activities include Introduction Week, Tonbridge trip, participation in the Russian-speaking society committee, and full-time job as a stock data coordinator. The first activity I took part in was Introduction Week. Personally, for me, such events are always anxious, so the first thing I wanted to overcome was getting out of my comfort zone. In addition, I found it a good opportunity to meet new people and try to improve communication skills. And of course, one of the main tasks during the introduction week was to find out what will await me during the academic year and thoroughly prepare for it. As a result, during the introduction week, I managed to get acquainted with classmates and learn about the upcoming work. In addition to this, I was able to practice my ability to work in a team because during the week we were offered to make a TikTok video about the student life at Trent University. In this video, we needed to show which places we visited as a team, and as a result, we successfully passed and presented the video. Already from this introduction week, I realized that it would not be an easy year, but I tried to prepare myself mentally as much as I could, and I think that I succeeded in that. The next activity I would like to talk about is a trip to Tonbridge. To be honest, initially I was not very inspired by the idea of this trip, because I knew that there will be some kind of competition and challenge between the teams, and I usually don't like this kind of activities. However, I decided to test myself and again get out of my comfort zone. As a result, I do not regret at all that I went on this trip, because there I was able to improve my skills in working in a team, as well as to work when you need to do something with the team in a short, limited amount of time. Also, I started to feel bolder in my communication skills, but the most important thing for me was that I was able to overcome my fear. To be more precise, we were offered to go caving. Initially, this idea scared me, but at the end I decided to go. Already inside the cave, there was a situation where it was necessary to squeeze through a narrow gorge. At first, I was sure that I would not do it, but at the end, I managed to do it. This situation gave me strength and faith in myself. I was able to learn patience and control my emotions, and in the future, I will definitely also apply the knowledge I gained from this situation and from the trip in general. The third activity that I've been doing for over half a year is participation in the committee of the Russian-speaking society at Nottingham Trent University. It became one of the most difficult tests for me in this academic year. When I did my bachelor degree in Trent, I was already in the committee of this community. Moreover, I am one of the creators of the society and used to be in it as a vice president. This was one of the reasons why I decided to return to this community, because Russian culture and language are very close to me. But the main reason for joining this society this year was that I wanted to try myself in a new role, namely as a content maker in the social media department. As a result, I gained invaluable experience. First of all, I learned how to work in very stressful situations under the pressure in a team. I learned to negotiate with different people, to be more patient, and to make key decisions. In addition, I developed my skills as a content maker, namely in writing posts and stories. And in general, I feel like I have become stronger after such an experience. The last activity I want to talk about is my job, where I worked full time. For me, this was one of the biggest challenges in my life in general, because I realized that working and studying full time at the same time is practically impossible at first glance. However, I made a serious decision for myself that I needed both my work and my studies, and eventually I did not regret about my decision. I was scared at first, but in the end I managed to overcome my fears and go on the path to the goal. Namely, my goal was to make the most of my studies considering my busy schedule. This job was able to give me a lot. As mentioned earlier, I've been working as a stock analyst for almost 2 years. And during this time, I was able to learn a lot. The first time I started working, my goal was to develop in something new, as well as gain work experience. As a result, I learned to work in a team and feel more confident. I learned how to use a new program, which is called InfoOffice, and be a specialist in a new field. And I also learned how to be a leader and what to do in stressful and unexpected situations. In addition to all this, thanks to my job, I learned how to manage my budget better. Now I would like to talk about what I learned during the academic year thanks to the university, namely during workshops, lectures, team presentations, and writing reports. First of all, I decided to come to the university because I wanted to get more new knowledge in the field that interests me. Thanks to the lectures and systematic writing of deadlines, I feel that my knowledge has increased and that I began to understand digital marketing much better in general. I got an idea of who a digital marketer is and what the responsibilities of this role are. I was able to memorize and learn new types of analyses as well as terms. The second thing that definitely gets better while I'm at university is my teamwork skills. Despite the fact that I already had to work in a team even before the start of the university, I still got a unique experience. Since during the studying, we quite often split into new teams, which on the one side did not give time to get used to each other, but on the other side, it allowed me to understand how to work together with people whom I do not know well and how not to be afraid of working in a team. Another quality that I managed to develop in myself is the ability to present. When I first started my journey at the university, it was quite difficult for me to give presentations and I did not like it. But to be honest, it is still not easy for me, but I feel that I have become less nervous during the presentation and this gives me more self-confidence. Now I would like to talk about how university has helped me think more sustainably. To be honest, before university this topic did not bother me that much and I was more indifferent to it. But thanks to the knowledge that I received, I began to realize the importance of sustainable thinking. In the reports as well as in the presentations that I did during the year, the topic of sustainability was raised more than once. So I became more aware of sustainable thinking. To be more precise, I began to think more about what exactly I can do for the environment and the society in which I live. Also, whenever possible, I began to do charity work. And now I would like to answer 5 interview questions. The first question sounds like that. What research have you done to help you understand more about the UN SDG and why they matter? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I started to replenish my knowledge about sustainable thinking and SDG thanks to the university. I did my research with the help of the internet resources. After that, I realized that SDG matter because they provide a roadmap for nations, businesses, and individuals to work towards a more sustainable future. By working towards these goals, people can reduce poverty, increase access to education and healthcare, combat climate change, and protect the environment. SDG is crucial for the long-term well-being of humanity and the planet. By adopting sustainable practices, people can ensure that resources are used in the responsible manner and that future generations have access to what they need to survive and thrive. In summary, SDG are important because they provide the framework for creating a more sustainable world, improving the well-being of people, and protecting the planet's resources for present and future generations. The second question is, reflecting on your knowledge and experiences this year, how do you think you could make a difference in relation to the global goals in your chosen profession in the future? Well, for the beginning, I would like to work as a digital marketer in order to gain work experience. Already with the experience, I would consider the idea of starting my own business. More specifically, I had the idea of opening a bunny cafe. In this cafe, people could learn more about rabbits and how to handle them. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I started giving money to charity whenever possible. I would like to do this regularly in the future. In addition, I already had an attempt to create my own blog in which I shared my experience and knowledge. I had thoughts about relaunching this blog because that way I could possibly help other people as well. The third question is, what do you understand by the term responsible management and why do you think it matters in business? Well, responsible management refers to the practice of conducting business operations in socially, ethically, and environmentally responsible manner. It involves taking into account the impact of business processes and decisions of various stakeholders such as customers, employees, and the environment and the society at large. Responsible management is important in business for several reasons. Firstly, it fosters trust and credibility among stakeholders, which is essential for maintaining a positive reputation and for building long-term relationships. Secondly, responsible management also helps to minimize negative impacts on the environment and society. This includes reducing waste, conserving resources, mitigating environmental damage, and promoting social justice and inclusion. Thirdly, responsible management helps to ensure long-term sustainability and profitability for businesses. By managing risks and identifying new opportunities for innovation, responsible management can help businesses stay competitive and adapt changing market demands and social expectations. In summary, responsible management matters in business because it helps to promote ethical behavior, minimize negative impacts, and foster long-term sustainability and profitability. The fourth question is, in your personal opinion, what are the top 3 characteristics of successful managers? How close do you feel you are in reflecting these characteristics? In my opinion, the top 3 qualities that a successful manager should possess are, first of all, prudence, the ability to control your emotions, and stress resistance. The second quality includes communication skills at a higher level, together with the correct and confident presentation of yourself. A successful manager must be able to work both in a team and alone, be fair but at the same time not cruel, and able to listen to other opinions. The third quality that the manager must possess is strategic thinking, because successful managers are strategic thinkers who are able to see the big picture and plan for the long term. They are able to analyze complex situations, identify opportunities and risks, and make decisions that are aligned with the organization's goals and values. Strategic thinking is essential for ensuring that an organization remains competitive and achieves sustainable growth. In my opinion, I definitely still have room for improvement, namely I still need to work on my strategic thinking. However, most of the qualities that are necessary for a successful manager I have, they just should not stop developing. And the last question sounds like that. What key things have you learned from working as a part of culturally diverse teams that you perhaps did not know before? Working in teams with people from various countries gave me the opportunity to learn more about different cultures. For me, as a person who loves to travel, this is especially interesting. I already knew how different cultures can be, but I did not think that it could be so important when working in a team. To be more precise, it is necessary to consider the difference of cultures and religions in order to not accidentally hurt anyone's feeling and not offend anyone during work. Thank you for listening and hopefully you enjoyed the presentation.